this day would come. You're taller and it wasn't even close.
I'm like a full tall.
How are you? I know. How you doing, man?
Good.
Good to see you, dude. You're Kristen, right?
I'm Kristen. Now, this is the first time we've ever met.
Dang.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
What's going on?
Now all of a sudden you're interested in doing an interview.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. She's too pretty for radio.
Right?
Did you get that on camera? I just got
It's
that.
Tommy.
We met. I came in here earlier and you guys weren't here. Too busy drinking.
Yes, I know. He's a very bad influence on us, this Scooter
get
bro.
out of here.
And you met Rhett?
Yeah, we met. Yeah.
Cool.
What's
How
been
you
going
been,
on?
man?
Been chilling, dude.
Yeah.
Just working hard.
Just woke up, huh?
Yeah.
It's a long day.
You probably deserved a nap, right? I told you.
I tried to turn the damn thing
I
off.
did a 10-hour GQ shoot yesterday.
A 10-hour GQ shoot. How'd that go?
It was good. It was long, and I didn't really sleep the night before, so I was running on adrenaline.
So how does that, if you have a photo shoot though and you didn't sleep the night before, like a woman would worry about bags underneath the eyes.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what they put makeup on me.
Do they?
I'm not proud of it, but they put makeup on me.
What are the beauty secrets of Justin Bieber that most don't know about? Come on.
I would say moisturizer in the morning.
All right.
Moisturize the face.
Okay.
You got to make sure to get sleep. That's one thing. I don't know. Just take care of yourself.
You're too pretty to be taking care of yourself. You must have people primping you all day
They
long.
do know. I have to. I mean, it's really not my favorite thing, but they have to put makeup on me before doing like events and shows and stuff. My dad's still tripping. He's like, "You shouldn't be wearing makeup. You're a man."
Was your dad at the photo shoot? Did he get to be at the photo shoot?
No. He's back home with the kids. He's just preparing for Christmas. He's got 2 little babies. So.
Gotcha. Are you gonna be able to be with fam for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm flying out tonight.
Oh,
cool.
good for you.
Yeah,
So you're here for one night, then you head back.
Yep,
Wow.
I'm back.
It's a whirlwind. It's funny because I'm looking at you now here, and I'm getting all nostalgic over the last. Scooter and I were downstairs. So I'm getting all nostalgic, and we were talking about your first time in studio, man, when you were like 15 years old.
Dude, I watched that interview recently, like a week ago.
It's crazy. So he literally walks in the studio, and he's got his Justin Bieber hair and his guitar, and he's just eager. He's just eager to be on mic and eager to be on the radio.
Of
And you were
course.
15 years old at that time, right? So now, of course, back then, none of us knew you were going to be the biggest star in the world. So, all right, let's get deep for a second. 21-year-old Justin is giving 15-year-old Justin advice on what to expect from the industry and what to expect of life, going through what you've gone through. What do you say to that dude now?
I would just say, just listen to the people who care about you, you know, and also I was so, you can't really teach innocent, because I was innocent and I was young and I trusted everybody, and with being young and innocent in this industry, it's not necessarily the best thing because people would take advantage of vulnerability. And so I think I was just in a place of just trusting everyone and, you know, thinking everyone was on my side and eventually getting burned. And yeah, it's just tough, man. And after a while, I started putting up walls and boundaries, and for a while, I kind of shut everybody out. And then I kind of lost my own personality and lost my charismaticness because I just didn't trust anyone. And then finally, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let them win. I'm going to give them some of me and learn how to put up a wall without closing myself off completely.
You're probably the most competitive person I've ever met in my life, and I've seen it time and time again.
Yes.
And I've seen it. There was one time, you're not going to remember any of this, but there's one time you're on stage and you're like trying to kick like a jujube or something into the crowd while maybe you were on the side of the stage throwing
What
it
in
at
the
him.
world are you talking about?
No, because
yeah, dude, we just were doing crazy stuff. Like we used to have these like sound check parties. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and then before we do like weird games and he'd throw something to me and I tried to kick it and I wouldn't stop until I got it. I'm like that type of dude. Like the other day, I forget what it was, but they were like, he's not going to stop. My boy's like, he's just not going to stop. He's going to do this until he makes it.
I saw it that day. So is it that competitiveness to where like when everybody's coming down on you, you feel like the media isn't being fair to you?
Right.
At some point, you got competitive and just started fighting back, right?
Well, the thing is that throughout it all, I always knew my talent level and I knew what I was capable of. So I was never worried about coming back. And that might sound weird, and because I was such in a weird place, but I always knew what I was capable of. And at that time, I was just growing up and figuring myself out. And I just happened to be doing it in a spotlight and in front of people. So it was a little different. Like you guys got to make your mistakes, and no one got to see it.
Right.
You know? And for me, it's like everyone gets to see it, and obviously I have more accessibility to do crazier stuff because I'm, you know, in this position. But yeah, dude, I just had to figure out what kind of man I wanted to be, and you know, I have awesome people in my corner. We got Scooter, who's just an awesome man, and That's it.
When it comes to finding the right people to trust, though, because it's no exaggeration when Bert says, like, you are one of the world's biggest stars. So the people that get to come into your fold, like, how do you figure out who you can trust and who you can't?
Well, I had to reassess that completely. I kind of like shut everybody out, you know, after I was like, you know what, I'm going to kind of start making some changes. So I kind of just like, let me take some space, even from the people that I loved. And then I came back and I put them in the positions where they needed to be. You know, before it was like, I didn't really have anyone in designated places. It was just like whoever, whenever, you know, because I was just like, I wanted people around, and, you know, you're in a place of being lonely and stuff. It feels good to have someone around. It doesn't even matter who it is. Mm-hmm. So they felt like they just they didn't know their place either. So once I came back and I was like, okay, this is where my mindset's at. When I'm in the studio or I'm doing this, you guys come through. I love having you around, but you don't need to come on my bus all the time. And, you know, it's just finding out places where they belong.
People naturally weed themselves out and then
right, and then like, you know, I got my brother here. He's, I mean, not my real brother, but he's my dad dated his mom for 15 years, so we like spent Christmases together, and I know I can trust him, and yeah.
Those conversations got to be tough. Like, you got this group of people, and you want to assume that they're your best friends, and then at some point you got to say this. That's a tough conversation for anybody. Now, if you're having it at 19 or 20 or 21, that's tough.
It's one of the toughest things, especially when you really love someone. And I'm not the type of person who likes confrontation at all. Like, I hate it, especially with my friends. So I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want them to think that I don't love them, you know. But there's sometimes you just need space, and it's like, I still love you, but I'm gonna love you from a distance because I don't know if, like, we're right for each other right now. Not like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's probably comforting for teenagers to hear this, because we've all been there. Like, we've all had those friends that we couldn't say no to, and peer pressure. And this is probably how we gotten ourselves into situations that we have.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have a cool opportunity to just be a light and tell people, you know, I'm human. I'm still going to make mistakes. You might see me on TMZ tomorrow doing something else dumb. But I think that what's cool about this growth is people can see it, and it's like I've made a transition that's and been consistent, you know. And I think that life is just about staying consistent and keeping pushing forward and knowing that, hey, this day might suck, but let me just look forward to tomorrow or the better days to come in the future.
I know you're pretty spiritual, so and I know you must have thought about this before, like, Did God put you on this earth to do music, or did God put you on this earth to connect with people going through struggles that can learn from you? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I get you. I think that my platform gives me the opportunity to do that. My love and my passion is people, and that's where my music comes, is because I'm able to give them something special, whether they're going through whatever they're going through. I think the connection comes through my music and helping them through my music. I don't know if necessarily I'm meant to be a public speaker or someone who's, you know, I think what my platform is come to my show, feel the energy from my music, know that my music is positive and light and beautiful, and hopefully they can take something from that. Because I think that when it's almost like a religion in itself. You know, when you're coming to a concert, you're leaving all your troubles behind. You're going to just be like completely enveloped in the music, and you have your hands up, and it's like you're just there and you're present. And I think that what's so beautiful about that is, like, everyone's connected, everyone's there and there for the right reasons, and that's why I love what I do.
Now, purpose is a powerful word, and I think it's a bold move to make it the title of your album.
Right.
Do you feel like you found your purpose, or are you still searching for it?
I think slowly but surely, but I think that finding your purpose is one of the most important things, and that's why I wanted to make the album Purpose, because everything that I put out so far, whether it's Never Say Never or Believe, it's all has something that's such a powerful word that you can take it however you want to take it and run with it, but it's powerful. And for a while I felt like I lost my purpose, and slowly but surely I'm figuring out where I belong and what my purpose is and what I need to do for the world and what I need to do for myself, and hopefully I just keep moving in that direction. And yeah.
over the last year, man, you've gone through some ups and downs, and we've all been sort of following it. And I will say that I have been very consistent.
I will have your back on this. I will have your back on this.
I had you because I could see like nobody could understand, and I've seen like artists in their 40s saying stuff like, look, this comes with celebrity, he should know. But those 40-year-olds never had to live in the kind of social media spotlight that you have to deal with.
But not even that, even just my life in general. Like,
yeah.
They don't have people following them and screaming every day for them.
Yeah. Well, everybody thinks it's great. Like they never had a public image that was perfect, you know, per se. Like when I started, they portrayed me as being this perfect kid that like no one can really hold up to. And so I had all this pressure being this guy. And for a while, I was just like, you know what? I'm not perfect. I have struggles. I have problems. And people can say, well, what problems do you have? You're a celebrity. You have millions of dollars. You're driving a Ferrari every day. But let me tell you, dude, once you get somewhere, you're going to say, hey, I got this now. What's next? Like, what else am I going to get? Like, once you get something, you always, if you can, it's like when you get a new car. I remember when I got my Ferrari, dude, and I was showing everybody. It was so special to me. It's still very special to me, but it's a different special now. It's like, I love it, but it's like I'm not opening up the glove box and showing them the glove box. Like I'm showing them the glove box in my Ferrari. That's how happy I am.
Yeah.
And like after a while, you just start. It's like, what's next? Now I want the new car. And it's not a selfish thing, but it's just human nature, I think. And once we can completely understand that, like, there was a quote Jim Carrey said. He said, I wish everyone was famous so that no one would want to be famous.
You feel the same way right now?
I feel the same way. It's just because, like, people think it's this amazing thing, and there's these pressures that no one can really understand of having to be on and having to, you know, smile and make sure you're portrayed as a certain thing when you might be having a bad day. I might be on the toaster coming up at a show and just had a fight with my girlfriend, or I don't have a girlfriend, but, but per se, or something happens where my mom, or something happens and I have to come up in that toaster and I might be crying before the show or in a bad mood, and all of a sudden the toaster rises and I have to just put on this complete different thing. And yeah, it can be, it's tough, but you know, I think that I'm made for this.
Isn't it a drug though? Like, isn't it kind of intoxicating? Like, if you ever think of your life now away from it, like, you must have had thoughts over the last year, because I saw one article saying you were feeling so depressed, you're in your hotel room, you're all by yourself. You must have at one point said, I'm just going to walk away from it. If the reality of that happened, do you think that the celebrity of this is so intoxicating you could really, really walk away from it?
I do, yeah. I think I just love music so much. And for me, it was about the music. And even through that terrible time in my life, I learned so much about my artistic, creative side. And I might have been in a weird place, but every night I was going to the studio. Every night I was working on what I loved. And it showed on this album. You know, I have another #1 single, and this was all hard work that I put in. I didn't go to all these super producers and say, hey, I need you guys to write me some smashes. I'm coming back. I literally worked on what I thought was unique to me and a unique sound to myself, and I ran with it, and people are gravitating toward that. And I think if I wouldn't have spent that time, if I would have, you know, stopped doing what I loved during that time and just listened to everybody, and because I stepped away from the spotlight, I stepped away from, you know, all this stuff, but what I did was I kind of just hid in the studio and just like grinded it out. And I found people that I love to work with, found people that I didn't like to work with, found people that I vibed with, found people that it's really hard to really find someone who you can write with, has such an open mind and who doesn't try to steal your creativity, and you can really bounce off ideas with. And I finally found this dude named Pooh Bear, who's super talented, who helped me write What Do You Mean and Where Are You Now, and he's just has this.
Where do you find someone like that? I mean, Craigslist?
No, it was actually organic.
Yeah.
It was actually organic. I went to the studio with someone else, and he was in the studio writing for them. And
you just happened to cross paths. It's kind of destiny kind of thing.
Yeah, and he writes R&B music, like real R&B. Like he wrote Peaches and Cream for 112, like back in the day when he was 16.
You remember that because it was back in the day.
Oh yeah, no, that's your time.
That is.
No, but
that's classic for you, vintage.
Right. No, but yeah, he wrote all this R&B music, and I was like, hey, bro, I want to do an R&B album. And he's like, what? He's like, you're a pop singer. Like I want to write pop songs for you. He's like, I'm like, no, I want to do an R&B album. And so we spent about 6 months creating this R&B album, which I released like 3 years ago, almost, right? 2 years ago, was it? 2 or 3 journals.
Journals was last year.
No, that wasn't last year.
We released it a year ago.
It's flying by, dude. You're 35 right now.
Listen, with all
whatever. You know.
life, he would release an album yesterday and he'd be like, I released the album 3 weeks ago.
It feels like forever ago. Anyway, so I released this little project, and it was like a creative project, and I only released it online. And so I did that for myself because I was like, I just want to do R&B music, and we did that. It did pretty well. It wasn't like a super huge album, but I wasn't planning for it to be that. I didn't do any promotion. I didn't do anything like that, and I got to do that and express myself creatively. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I want to go back and I want to incorporate this style into my pop lane, and I want to go and make some smashes. So we started like cooking it up in the studio, and we actually found Diplo and Skrillex. Scooter actually was in like a bar or a club or something and ran into Diplo, who was like, yeah, we're doing this album. We want to get Justin on it. And so we had this song, just me and a piano. And we sent that over to Diplo, and him and Skrillex messed with it and created Where You Now. And that dropped like do 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 do. And like we're like, what is this? It's unbelievable. And so I called them into the studio. I was like, hey guys, I think that this could be a sound that's gonna change music, and I think that I would be an awesome person if you can just trust me to take this sound and run with it. And they were like, we would love that. And so I spent the next couple months with me and Skrillex, and we just grinded in the studio, found stuff that we loved, we didn't like, and eventually we came up with Purpose.
Do you think you've had the longevity you've had because it started out so pure and it's always been about the music and not about the fame?
I think so. I think too, people understand and know that I was found on YouTube, for my talent.
Do you feel like this is the first time that you've been in control of your own music? Like, I'm sure when you're coming up, people are telling you what you can do,
right,
and maybe you're not really down with exactly the music you're putting out, but now
right,
you control it. Do you feel that way now?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I and every time I go on stage now, I'm hyped up about doing the songs that I made. And before I wasn't so hyped up. You have to play the game a little bit. I was young. I didn't really know what I wanted creatively too. So
Think you're ever going to look back at the stuff you put out now? Because I think it's an awesome album. I was telling
Thank
Scooter,
you.
I don't download anything.
Yeah.
And this album is awesome.
Thank
Do you
you.
think that there's going to be a couple of years from now where you're listening back to this one going, that was my sound then, but I'm so not down with that now?
Well, no, I think that music changes, and I think that we all are going to look back and say, man, that sounds dated. But I think what I did on this album is I made songs that were, if you strip them down and you just play piano with them or you play guitar, they're still beautiful songs. And it's not about the beat. It's not about, and when it's like that, I have this song called Life is Worth Living on the album, and Love Yourself. It's like, I feel like Love Yourself is going to be like free falling.
It's my favorite song on the album.
It's like in 10 years when it's like, everyone's like, play that song, and like on the jukebox, and everyone plays Free Falling. I'm free falling. And then I think it's going to be, you should go and love yourself. I hope so.
We were at an event and it was playing and somebody came up and they're like, who is this? And I'm like, it's Justin Bieber. And they're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
my boy said the same thing. He's like, I was in an Uber the other day, and the Uber driver's like, who's this? And he's like, this is Justin Bieber. He's like, get the out of here. It was funny.
2015, what did you learn about women in 2015?
That's right there.
Yeah, right.
No, for real. I just learned that, man, they're indecisive. They don't really know what they want. Especially with me, it's like I tell them up front, like I travel all the time, and I can't be consistent with you all the time, and some of them can handle it and some of them can't.
There's a lot of pressure on solo artists. You have to feel that. Like, because when you're in a band and you have other people that if you're having a bad day, you can rely on them to pick up the slack. But when it's just you, I mean, that's a tremendous amount of pressure on that stage.
Right. Well, it's one of my favorite things, though. Just
Yeah?
being able to be up there and not need all that other stuff, and being able to just sing and be like captivate an audience with just your voice. it's beautiful.
You know how you were talking about, Lo, that you almost get into the routine of things. So it's like, what's next? And I'm assuming the first time you go on stage in front of 20,000 people, I'll use the word again, intoxicating, right? But if you're doing it every single night, is there ever a time where it's just like, okay, I've been here, I've done this, there's 20,000 screaming girls again tonight, and it feels like I've done this a million times?
There was, but I think with where I'm at now, the reason why I'm here is because I'm able now to appreciate it in a different way.
Where did that happen? Was there a night? Was there a day? Was it a...
Well, I was like I said before, I'm not gonna go into details of what I was doing during that time and where I was at, but I was pretty lost, dude. And I woke up one morning and I felt like God was telling me something, and not super religious or anything. I just felt like a voice, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna change my life around, and I'm just gonna switch up some things. I'm gonna put some plays together, and I called Scooter. And I was like, man, we need to fix this, and so we just started fixing it.
There's gonna be a time years from now where you talk about there's some night that you did something that in the morning you woke up and I can't do that anymore. Now I got to turn my life around.
Right.
There was that night.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I don't need specifics, but I'm assuming, because I've seen you say that. I thought I was going the same way Amy Winehouse was going, so we can put it together.
Right.
All right. I just want. Can I get a big smile? I gotta see this tooth, man. No, it's not. Okay.
I just got it the other day. And just a cat.
We all knew about it because it's already on the internet. We came in
God.
here and I'm doing some homework on you today, and people don't realize, getting back to what we were originally talking about, your life is under a microscope. Just in the last hour, you can go through those. Just in the last hour, all of the headlines about your life are crazy, dude.
Do you just laugh sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the last 60 minutes.
All right.
We'll do true or false.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
And I'll even throw in a DGAF. If you want to say DGAF, I'll even let you do that.
I don't know what that means.
Don't give
Okay, cool.
But you can't answer that one for all of them.
All right, cool.
'Cause I can see you going, I don't give a
All right.
Justin Bieber is very excited about his new gold tooth.
I like it. I'm not like super like pumped about it. It's like cool. Yeah.
Wait, who gave you the idea? Where'd it come from? You're like, oh, I gotta have one of those.
No, I think I just want to look like a pirate.
Heidi.
As long as you talk like one, right?
Right. I got a neck tat and I got a gold tooth. Justin's really making a
You're going to reach out to Johnny Depp and see if
you're
you
like
can
Jack
get the
Sparrow, man.
next
I know,
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh, you want to hear a cool Johnny Depp story?
Yeah.
Please.
I open my door at the hotel, knock, 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 open it up, it's Johnny Depp. And he's like, hey, I just wanted to give you this. I'm like, what? He gives me a box, open it up, and it's one of his cool hats.
Shut up.
Swear to God. Yeah.
Out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere.
How the hell did he know you were staying there?
I think he was doing like a press conference or something in the lobby, and like someone must have told him I was up in my room and just came up.
As
and
you open the door, you're like, you're not really Johnny Depp.
for
Shut
real,
up.
isn't that cool? And then he
Yeah.
came to my show when we were in Miami with his daughter, and super nice guy.
Where's the hat? Do you rock it? Do you wear it? Or is it like somewhere
it's
special in the house?
it's special. I got it glass framed
That's awesome.
and everything.
Johnny Depp is a believer.
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
love
Okay.
it. All right. Is Drake's dad collabing with Justin Bieber?
No, we're not doing a collaboration, but super nice guy. I actually met him at the Nice Guy in LA. Yeah.
This is literally the last hour these all came out.
Okay. Justin
weird.
Bieber's rebirth included a baptism in Tyson Chandler's tub.
That is true.
Okay.
The trendy massage that gave Justin Bieber a hickey. I didn't even know about that one.
Yeah. You're doing something freaky or some kind of...
Yeah, I got this. I have really bad neck problems. A couple of years ago, I landed on a trampoline on my neck. And then after that, like a month later, I was on a surf simulator and my neck was still messed up, and I like flew back and like jammed my neck. So I never really got it fixed. I kind of just like adjusted to it and just like let it rock. And then a couple years later, my posture was messed up, and so I've been doing this training in physical therapy for the past like 6 months and just getting my body back in shape. And so we use this tool called the Graston, which is like this metal tool, and they really scrape out all the scar tissue and stuff, so it leaves these red marks that look exactly like hickeys. And everyone was like, Justin's getting hickeys and stuff. I'm like, guys, I'm not 16 years old. Like, these are scrapes from a Graston.
I would have definitely done that like when I was in the 8th grade to make people think I was making out with a girl.
You
if
used
that was
vacuum
back in the day.
cleaners, don't even
No, you
lie.
know what I did back in the day
What?
is they used to have these snake charm kits. Like I lived in like a rural area of San Diego. So if you got bit by a snake, you put this little plunger on you and it would suck the venom out. So in the middle of the night, I would put them on my neck. So I would wake up in the morning and people in the 8th grade would think that I was making out with a girl.
God,
So pathetic. So pathetic. I still do it today.
Really sad.
I know. No one was making out with me.
Is Selena Gomez fighting back at Justin Bieber with her latest Instagram picture?
I haven't seen it. Can I see it? I want to see that.
Yeah. He's
What
like,
is she trying to do to my heart right now?
Right.
I'm kidding.
So so you guys can't escape from each other. She can't escape from you. You can't escape from her, right?
She loves me.
She loves you,
there
clearly.
will always be love there. It's like it's one of your first major loves. Like it's always going to be there.
No, I love her too.
Yeah.
Always.
Like the people want it
who's this
together
guy?
so badly.
Who's this guy? He's a joke. This guy's a chump. I'm kidding. No, I guess he's pretty handsome, actually. I can't even lie.
She downgraded, right?
I do him for sure.
Did she upgrade with that dude or downgrade from you with that?
I mean, come on. There's levels, dude. This guy's drinking an orange juice at I don't know what he's doing.
You don't know what's in that OJ.
Yeah. Nah, it's cool.
That's the first time you've seen it?
So not cool, man. So not cool. No. I just want, honestly, dude, I just want her to be happy. I love her, and we're friends still.
Dude, you're so much better a man than I am. When I broke up with a girl, I wanted her to be awful. I didn't want her to be, I just wanted her to be happy. No, I wanted her to be miserable.
Well, we were on and off for years, and then, like, we left on good terms. So, like, I think it was just we needed time to grow for ourselves, and, like, and we were like, you know what, maybe we'll come back together in the future. And then it ended up being, like, so long, and we just grew apart, and we're just not the same people anymore.
Right.
So, you know, we'll hang out. We'll see her every now and then, and we'll talk, and that's pretty much it.
Be honest, do you mess with people on social media?
All the time.
Yeah.
You can post whatever you want,
all the time,
and it turns into a flitting
frenzy. They always
frenzy.
think some stuff. Yeah.
How much of social media is calculated for you?
Not much of it.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty much on the whim with my stuff, and it sometimes gets me into trouble.
I bet Scooter loves that, doesn't he?
When's the last time Scooter called you and said, dude, you just up?
Yesterday. Every day he calls me just
You're such a wuss. You don't want to ask the Kourtney Kardashian question.
Oh, did I miss it?
Yes, it's the first one there.
Oh, it's not in
You're just being a
blue.
wuss.
Sorry. Justin Bieber, 21, getting ego boost from romancing hot mom Kourtney Kardashian, 36, and doesn't care he's being used to hurt Scott Disick.
You're being used, dude.
I'm being used, man. What can I say?
Yes. Anything there? Nothing?
We'll leave it at that.
Okay, I see the look.
No, for real. No, she's great.
Yeah.
You've known the Kardashians for a long time, right?
I've known them all. Yeah, for years. Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, there are no secrets. That's the problem.
I know.
What I was getting to before is like your life it's a microscope, and there's literally nothing. I pulled up to the hotel. There's no publicity that you're going to be here. Nobody should know that you're here. But
fans downstairs, right?
Dude, there's a ton of girls down there waiting just to get a glimpse of the beaut that you are, of your gold tooth.
Ching.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere. All right, what did we miss? What's coming up? You got TV, movies, you got an ice show coming up.
How did you
What are you
celebrate the success of the album? There had to have been a celebration of some sort, because that was
I think
huge.
I'm still celebrating.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, we've been celebrating for a while, just like going out, getting drinks. 21 now, so
yeah.
But just being able to go out with your friends and being able to be responsible and still have a good time, but still have fun. And I think what's weird is, you know, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and often people are I don't know, maybe too conservative, or you know, I don't think it's wrong, and I'm stumbling over my words right now because I don't want to offend anybody, but I do believe that you can go out, you can have a good time, and you can enjoy yourself. You can get some drinks, and you can have fun, and you can be surrounded. You can be with girls, and I don't think you need to be so serious about it. I think loving God's a whole separate thing, you know. And once you can still be obedient and still love Him, but I don't think you have to love God and not be able to go and have fun and enjoy yourself. And
Amen.
as long as it's not, you know, provocative or intense or mean or evil, I think that is, if you're living life based on love, I think that's what God is. And if you can just keep that in mind.
How many times have I said this on the air that at some point somebody put a big old stick up the world's butt?
Every day.
Every single day, man. But how much of that stuff do you read online, and does it even affect you anymore? And at some point, if it doesn't affect you at all, maybe there's something constructive coming in that you're blocked to because you've just heard it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I believe that we're all on our own journeys, and my journey just happens to have people criticizing me. And I think everyone has people criticizing them, whether they're at work and they have their boss or their people and just saying stuff in the corner like this guy over here. But like, I think that we all have our issues, whether it's money and understand you're on your own journey, and don't try to throw other people's journeys in your face or in their face. And I'm kind of just rambling at this point, but
Nah, that never goes away, I don't think.
Yeah.
No,
What are
it
your New
doesn't.
Year's resolutions?
My New Year's resolution is I want to quit smoking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to protect those pipes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta
When did
quit
that start?
smoking. Like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad circle.
I'm gonna do it.
It'll stunt your growth. I started smoking when I was 7.
I think
You're
I'm
such a liar.
What happened?
Do you want to be like this, Justin?
I don't think I can shrink.
Cigarettes should
I'm
do
at a
that.
good height. I don't even want to grow anymore.
They should put that on the warning label on the side. You may shrink if you continue to smoke nicotine.
I just don't want to be someone who people are like, yo, he's smoking, he's a bad influence. But like, once again, dude, it's my journey. Go live your journey. This is my vice right now, let me be, and I'll figure it out.
Dude, you're a man now.
Yeah.
You're a man.
Man.
Oh, look, how does that? How does that
You're
make
a man,
you feel?
dude. You are. Yes, you are.
Hell yeah.
I remember.
I remember. I remember.
Hey, thanks for hanging out. I know you're
course.
busy. You must be
I know.
burned out, man.
No
Thanks for
worries.
taking the time. I
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having me, for sure.
Good luck in 2016.
And you're the only one I let ask all these personal questions.
No, that's not true. Half of the stuff I got off a line.
Well, I'm just telling you. No, but you ask me personally.
It's only because he
friends.
looks like Ellen DeGeneres, because I know she asked those questions too.
I look like Ellen DeGeneres.
You do not.
No, you do not.
That's what everyone says.
Whatever. Hey, congratulations on everything. Continue
you.
that journey, dude. You seem so incredibly centered. I don't know
Thank
what
you.
happened, but
Thank you.
I feel like you're in a really good place.
We thought we lost you, dude. I'll tell you what. I had your back for years
did.
and years and years, and you almost lost me when you walked out with that whole thing on stage with the towel and all that, and all those
Yeah.
girls were there, and I'm like, what is that dude doing? He's just lost his perspective. Let's just go back.
When was this?
Where was this one? This was when you were on stage.
Overseas.
You were overseas. There's some water came on the stage. You got really pissed off, and you said, "Dudes, I'm not doing this show."
Yeah.
What-
So what were you thinking? I want to know your perspective.
Yeah, and then I want to know what happened leading up to that,
That's
right?
all. Yeah.
So,
Because he's had your back from day one.
Right.
100%. Because I really feel like people. Look, we have 1/1,000,000th of your celebrity. And I know that there are some times where I'd be out with my then wife and we'd be arguing and somebody would come up. I can't even imagine how your celebrity is cannibalizing you.
Right.
So I've had you and I get it. And you were young and I was thinking when I was his age,
Yeah.
if people had cameras on me, dude, I was way worse than you were, at least what I know so far. So I've had you. But this one night where I saw you act like that and I was judging, I didn't think of what.
Right.
I wonder what happened that day.
Right.
It's just like, he's forgotten, man. These little girls here have lined up all day long. All they want to do is see Justin Bieber. And you come on out there and it's like a little water and a
Right.
towel and you're punking
Right.
out and you're like, y'all, man, I
Yeah.
don't give a about your time. And I
For sure.
thought, he's losing me because he's
right.
lost perspective.
Now,
All right.
listen to the lead up of this.
Yeah.
We'd been on this crazy overseas run for about 7 days at this point, and it was nonstop, morning to night, interviews, press, boom, 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 all day, every day, and there was this final day. I was like, dudes, I haven't had a break. We just flew here from America. I'm jet lagged. I'm tired. I'm like, I'm not gonna give the best performance. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to give them what I told them, and I was just cranky. And I went up on the stage, and and I'm looking back, and I'm like, you know what? If I wasn't tired and stuff, I would have given them more grace. But I was just so exhausted, and I felt like, you know what? I'm all the way out here. I came all the way out here to do a show for you guys, and I'm asking you nicely, can you please just not pull on the towel? And at first I say, hey, can you stop pulling on the towel? I'm like, stop. And I'm looking at them directly in the eyes. And while I'm looking at them in the eyes, it's not like they're like, she's looking at me while I'm saying, hey, can you stop pulling at it? And then regardless, it was a messed up situation. I overreacted.
Right.
And
Say it. Justin Bieber was being a little bitch.
Justin Bieber was being a little bitch. And I was. And I'll be the first one to say it. Because I'm human and I have bad days. And I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to have another one. But look at the consistency, and look at how much I'm not doing that compared to how much I'm doing that. And we don't look at that side. We don't look at, man, he just did this same thing, the same show that he did that day, 50 days in a row before that day to get to one day where he had an overreacting moment. And I'm gonna have those days, and I want people to understand that you're gonna probably see some stuff and be like, man, that he's being a jerk. But like, I think we all have the right to sometimes be a jerk, and sometimes it's at the cost of somebody else. But I think that as long as you understand that, like, take ownership of when you're being a jerk and take ownership of when, you know, those things are happening, then people are only going to be like, yeah, he's human. I remember the other day when I was walking across the street and something happened and I freaked out at this person, and they probably didn't deserve that I yelled at them, but like, I was having a bad day. And we all do that, but mine happens to be on a stage and not in the street with there's no one watching.
Right. So. And how about the 20 people that you were super nice to? They don't tweet that out, or
right.
Like the one person that you're nasty to, then that goes viral.
Well, think about also energy too. Before that, I did a meet and greet with 500 people. 1, 2, 3, smile, exhausted, get on stage, and I'm just like.
But you realize to most people, like when you say, I've been smile 500 times, so then they're like, big deal. So you had to smile with 500 people, right?
But they don't get it because they haven't been there.
They don't get it.
So
it's energy thing. It's like
you're giving it off.
You're giving yourself to people, right? And you just have to be able to have people that are feeding that back into your life, and that's what I've learned to do with the past couple months is have those people around to say, guys, I'm drained. And they fill my cup back up. And they're like, hey, man, you're awesome. Like, we're going to get through this. And they encourage me, and they tell me how great I am. And not in like a yes man type of way, but in a way where they really care and they really want to see me happy and smiling. So I've just learned to have that, so that when I do get empty, I say, guys, let's just go do this, or help me with this. And
we're going to end on a positive. Thank you for being so philanthropic and everything you do for Make-A-Wish.
No worries. I love Make-A-Wish. It's my favorite thing in the world. For real.
All right, we're good.
I think we're money.
I apologize for being judgy.
No worries. I'm judgy
sometimes.
sometimes.
Sorry.
Oh, don't ever do that again.
Real, funny. The Burt Show.
I knew this day would come.
You got it.
You're taller and it wasn't even close.
I'm like a full top.
How are you? I know. How you doing, man?
Good.
Good to see you, dude. You're Kristen, right?
I'm Kristen. Now, this is the first time we've ever met.
Dang.
Yeah, it's nice to meet
What's
you.
going on?
Now all of a sudden you're interested in doing an interview.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. She's too pretty for radio.
Right?
Did you get that on camera? I just got that.
Tommy.
We met. I came in here earlier and you guys weren't here. Too busy drinking.
Yes, I know. He's a very bad influence on us. This scooter
get out
bro.
of here.
And you met Rhett?
Yeah, we met. Yeah.
Cool.
What's been going on, man? Been chilling, dude.
Yeah.
Just working hard.
Just woke up, huh?
Yeah.
It's a long day.
You probably deserved a nap, right? I told you.
I tried to turn the damn thing
I
on.
did a 10-hour GQ shoot yesterday.
A 10-hour GQ shoot. How'd that go?
It was good. It was long, and I didn't really sleep the night before, so I was running on adrenaline.
So how does that, if you have a photo shoot though and you didn't sleep the night before, like a woman would worry about bags underneath the eyes.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what they put makeup.
He literally walks in the studio and he's got his Justin Bieber hair and his guitar, and he's just eager. He's just eager to be on mic and eager to be on the radio.
Of course.
And you were 15 years old at that time, right? So now, of course, back then, none of us knew you were going to be the biggest star in the world. So, all right, let's get deep for a second. 21-year-old Justin is giving 15-year-old Justin advice on what to expect from the industry and what to expect to life, going through what you've gone through. What do you say to that dude now?
I would just say, just listen to the people who care about you, you know, and also I was so, you can't really teach innocent, because I was innocent and I was young and I trusted everybody, and with being young and innocent in this industry, it's not necessarily the best thing because people take advantage of vulnerability. And so I think I was just in a place of just trusting everyone and, you know, thinking everyone was on my side and eventually getting burned. And yeah, it's just tough, man. And after a while, I started putting up walls and boundaries. And for a while, I kind of shut everybody out. And then I kind of lost my own personality and lost my charismaticness because I just didn't trust anyone. And then finally I was like, you know what, I'm not going to let them win. I'm going to give them some of me and learn how to put up a wall without closing myself off completely.
You're probably the most competitive person I've ever met in my life, and I've seen it time and time again.
Yes.
And I've seen it. There was one time, you're not going to remember any of this, but there's one time you're on stage and you're like trying to kick like a jujube or something into the crowd, while maybe you were on the side of the stage throwing it at them.
What in the world are you talking about?
No, because
we just were doing crazy stuff. Like we used to have these like sound check parties. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and then before we do like weird games, and he'd throw something to me, and I tried to kick it, and I wouldn't stop until I got it. I'm like that type of dude. Like the other day, I forget what it was, but they were like, he's not going to stop. My boy's like, he's just not going to stop. He's going to do this until he makes it.
I saw it that day. So is it that competitiveness to where like when everybody's coming down on you, you feel like the media isn't
on me? I'm not proud of it, but they put makeup on me.
What are the beauty secrets of Justin Bieber that most don't know about? Come on.
I would say moisturizer in the morning.
All right.
Moisturize the face. You got to make sure to get sleep. That's one thing. I don't know. Just take care of yourself.
You're too pretty to be taking care of yourself. You must have people primping you all day
They
long.
do know. I have to. I mean, it's really not my favorite thing, but they have to put makeup on me before doing like events and shows and stuff. My dad's still tripping. He's like, "You shouldn't be wearing makeup. You're a man."
Was your dad at the photo shoot? Did he get to be at the photo shoot?
No. He's back home with the kids. He's just preparing for Christmas. He's got 2 little babies. So.
Gotcha. Are you gonna be able to be with fam for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm flying out tonight.
Oh,
cool.
good for you.
Yeah, so you're here for one night, then you head back.
Yep,
wow.
I'm back.
It's a whirlwind. It's funny because I'm looking at you now here, and I'm getting all nostalgic over the last. Scooter and I were downstairs. I'm getting all nostalgic, and we were talking about your first time in studio, man, when you were like 15 years old.
Dude, I watched that interview recently, like a week ago.
It's crazy. So he being fair to you.
Right.
At some point, you got competitive and just started fighting back, right?
Well, the thing is that throughout it all, I always knew my talent level, and I knew what I was capable of. So I was never worried about coming back. And that might sound weird, and because I was such in a weird place, but I always knew what I was capable of. And at that time, I was just growing up and figuring myself out. And I just happened to be doing it in a spotlight and in front of people. So it was a little different. Like you guys got to make your mistakes, and no one got to see it.
Right.
You know? And for me, it's like everyone gets to see it, and obviously I have more accessibility to do crazier stuff because I'm, in this position. But yeah, dude, I just had to figure out what kind of man I wanted to be, and I have awesome people in my corner. We got Scooter, who's just an awesome man, and that's it.
When it comes to finding the right people to trust, though, because it's no exaggeration when Bert says like you are one of the world's biggest